Hello and welcome to Team GYAAAAAAAAAAT versus the French fries.
Yes, this is the third game of a best of three between two FPL teams, the French Fries, which are disgusting French people, and Team Giat, which is great. Technically the substitute for this team, but our main player Gengar is not going to be playing at this tournament basically at all. So
The entire FPL he's just dropped.
yes, but that's why you see this cursed image here that is chicken and seal with a duck on top. But yeah, I'll be playing this tournament, and this is coming out of best of three. I won the first game. Well, we won the first game, and we lost the second game, and now this is coming to the third game. The French team are actually quite strong team, and this is in the FPL Season 5, so you'll be able to see this in the Incursus stream as well. So gonna start here.
My god, such pro commentary.
Yeah, immediately starting here, you see me, Nutella doing this spot-based, sort of four-long-based design. And there's this four-long basing design as well. We're doing overdrive, so it's going to be very tanky, very eco-type build, where we're not really rushing anything, we're just going to get an upgrade center, full upgraded mines, and sort of just like flow and do whatever we want after that.
With the commander bans and stuff, we had a feeling that they might also have been overdrive, just even before the match started. Which is also why we went eco.
Now we see here Karaba doing this sort of backlink based design with four longs. This I actually didn't recognize at the start. I was a little bit confused, but yeah, this is another way to do back your bunts on this map. And Peel, again, another good player, doing a similar four-long base design as you see here. But you know they're French, so the base is just worse. Also,
Peel does so much weird lane.
And oh wait, I forgot this part. So basically,
oh my god, the plancha.
I was working out my huggies at this time. I actually sold everything connected to this entire node. I was just supposed to sell. What was I even supposed to sell? I think I was just supposed to sell this, and I sold like all of this, and I dropped a lot of stuff. That was a massive oopsies, and if you watch your stream and Curses is yelling at me, you're like, why would you do
Curses size very, very low.
You know what, we're just gonna ignore this. And Nutellafish, any thoughts on this base design? On your base design?
It is able to support cannons and shoot them.
Yeah, honestly, it looks really ugly. I guess it works,
Bro.
But, you know, it's like... I mean, look at this. Like,
copy the good people and it works.
I mean, nothing about this looks great. Alright, I'm gonna move on to 2 times speed here. So, here at this point, they're obviously overdrive on both teams. And here, in this position, looking across, I was really confused on what Peel is doing. This defense is against AP snipers, by the way. Because you see, he gets upgraded mines actually much faster than me. And if we're in a mirror matchup with a similar build orders, even though I dropped a lot of stuff, he should still not have this much eco, even with tier 2 tech. If we have this much eco, which probably indicates that he's going for some sort of tier 2, non-tier 2 or missiles or nothing super techy. But in this case, I didn't see that, and you know, I should have probably defended against what he was going to do next earlier.
Insane.
And there's in overdrive, you want to upgrade all your turbines and upgrade all your mines because you need energy to upgrade your mines.
I don't really know why I got sandbag defense this game, because it was so clear that they didn't have lessons.
Yeah, but, you know, it's not that expensive. So here Peels goes for Portal Storm setups, which I actually recognized a little bit later, and I should have gotten a probably sooner here, which was a mistake made by me. And we see both teams upgrading the full eco as their overdrive, and that's sort of what, you know, overdrive does. Here I sold my upgrade center, which might have been a mistake for faster...
I still don't know why you do that.
You know, I don't know either. I no longer do this anymore. This is like a week old. I've grown into this update. Evolved. Alright, I'm gonna move this back a little bit slower because there's a lot of more stuff going on. So top base is going lasers, typically supporting the portal storms at the bottom. With overdrive, you can really get away with a lot of these slower builds because you have more. Because when you get shot at, you get money, which means you can tank more bullets. Therefore, you can get weapons later, and you can just kind of tank as you get your more heavier, stronger combos out. Here, you know, what am I doing here? This is a standard. This is a standard in base Howie setup where you get this Howie really in
And then
place.
there's just a cannon in the armor.
You know, the reason why I actually do this, and I'll try to explain this a little bit, it's because usually the main issue with having weapons in there is first you get door sniped, and second your doors are less efficient, and because you know you're in this kind of weird box and you're in this kind of 4x4 and it's kind of weird to have doors here. But my thought process was that, hey, you know what, top base is trouble hitting me with lasers because that's the nature of this map, and also bottom base is going missiles, so if I put my weapons to the wood spam, say it's not down here, a nuke hitting here would be less catastrophic than nuke just hitting my wood spam. In retrospect, honestly, I don't think this cannon was the end of the world here. I do have better, worse plays here that I think were worse.
You know, we will see if possibly, perhaps, just maybe putting cannons and armor has detrimental
Hey,
effects.
I think in
see
a
it.
non-mirror matchup against non-cannons and lasers, it's strong. I mean,
Yeah,
it's stronger. At least I think in this scenario. Also, I placed them low, so the lasers have no angle. We'll see how this works. And Nutellafish is blinking here, but he's got 4 longs. He's very stable.
I forgot that Pyle did the thing where he roped down some struts so that the nukes went lower.
Do you call him Pyle?
Yes.
Okay, so he go ahead and hits in here. You see someone with the trench AA here when you can't snipe it. He got some nukes. I shoot down both nukes, which this is actually fairly lucky AA, right? Not like lucky, but we didn't get unlucky here, so typical AA against this. And you see me actually build Black Tech, as Black Tech is great against killing out the swarms, so the miniguns, so the machine gunners can kill out the nukes. Or, in also other situations, you could also just get like miniguns here, but you know, I sold off my upgrade generator because I'm like highly intelligent. How he lands, damage. I missed my cannon follow-up, which...
Imagine if we both like targeted the same base when we did this.
That would be impossible to imagine. Can we like work on the information we have here? That's not possible. Nutellafish getting up to good cannons here. He's just gonna cannon that before we go. Very typical. I landed Howie and cannon to same shot, but in this type of wood span, it's really hard to penetrate, especially when the opponent is overdrive. You shoot them and they get more money. And what can you really do about that? I should definitely have more firepower by now, so I frantically placed down the cannon because I'm floating resources. In retrospect, this is a horrible spot because what I explained earlier is that this cannot be shot at because that's just not how the angle of his weapons are. That is not as true. It's much easier to be shot at from top base. The door snipe is not a threat, but I mean, that's just exposed. You should definitely be putting this below or anywhere else, or maybe something, even another weapon. This is just atrocious. Here's AA. But in this map, you notice top base AA actually kind of sucks at defending this bottom part here. Here, Nutellafish sustains some laser shots. Do 2 cannons as defense, and this is actually very interesting. What they do here is missiles basically launch off like the lowest piece of bracing you have. So when you do something like this, you actually get these missiles.
It just launches really low.
Really, really low because it's trying to go under here, and it's for example, if say my flak can shoot in this direction, sometimes if it's going low enough, your AA can't properly shoot at it, or it confuses the enemy AA. It's just a trick. In this case, it didn't do any effect because I have flak and they can shoot sufficiently down enough.
Top base didn't cover them.
Yep, there's a Howie and a cannon where I miss because I can't aim again. Nutellafish slowly gaining up to more cannons and just continuing to dish out damage.
Nutellafish me also floating a lot of metal.
And there's classic missiles firebeam here. Pink. 1 nuke lands, pretty standard. And here, I do an insanely pro move where that gets hit. So, do we talk about that, or are we just gonna pretend that?
I think we talked about that.
Great hits, by the way. I mean, 3 cannons are in the same spot against lasers. Top base's main role is to support use fire beams to support bottom base, as 2 nukes can really do basically game any damage. And Nutellafish, his role is to continue stacking cannons until they can no longer...
Until I win and
kill them, until they can no longer sustain the fire. And my goal here is to kind of like... It's spontaneously combust. I don't, you know, a lot of things explode in here. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know why I played like this game, actually. But you see me trying to get more weapons on the bottom this time instead of the exposed position, which would be the hot. Isn't that kind of genius?
Didn't you drink a lot of caffeine before this
You
game?
know, it's to speed up brain activity, Nutella. You don't understand. Here, this is
Yeah,
also
sure.
a very common tactic in up and down. You can get trenched A here where they can't shoot you, but you can shoot up. This is great for supporting teammates against when they have mortars, missiles, or anything. Usually you would get more gunners here. 2 gunners is obviously low, but that's gonna help Nutellafish defend himself. And he's also got trenched A here where snipers can't hit that, but the gunners can shoot down. And here we'll see 2 nukes hit, but Nutellafish has probably got a nuke catcher, and it did not do significant damage, as if it hit the cannon stack, it would do a lot more
That would
damage.
have been painful.
Yeah, it would. The Hughes shoots 3 cannon shells, probably in a ill-placed position. Why would you do that, Nutellafish?
This is what I'm talking about. If I could aim, we would have won this game.
Yeah, perchance. I don't think you can aim, though, which is problematic. I think we've become the same issue. Gunners sometimes can kill other gunners decently. He tries to fire a volley there, but it didn't do anything.
Yeah, but we got trenched gunners.
Here, I try to shoot my Howie to see if his AA can control it somehow, because I kind of noticed that my AA, we actually don't have much gunners here. Against missiles, against 2 missiles and 2 nukes, this is generally a bit low. Also, we lose that. And here,
For the first time.
I start suffering, essentially. My cannon tech saved me, by the way, which is why you always, cannon tech best.
Yeah, that's why you should always put it in front of your core.
And Nutellafish is
no reason not to.
It's keep cannon stacking, doing more damage. I mean, this is just, he's playing well here. Me, not so much.
I feel like top base could have killed me if they could aim as well.
Well, I think anybody could have killed anybody in this game if they could have aimed well. That's kind of how Forts goes.
Bro, maybe we should aim better.
No, that's too much. That's too much. Hey.
Okay, sorry.
And there's amazing cannon fire again. I mean, Nutellafish admittedly isn't getting shot as much, but still, I mean, he's getting, because I'm getting shot a lot. I charged the commander ability, and he's getting copious amounts of resources from that, and he's able to just keep stacking cannons. Here again, I shoot that to see if that can shoot down their own AA, can shoot down some of their nukes, and also if the muscles are being covered, then there's a higher chance that makes it through. Here, Nutella, decent shots, some in the background racing, but you see, I mean, 6 cannons is not a realistic thing to tank, and once Nutella gets enough cannons up, he'll slowly win the game. But it's more of a race between now, if he can get his nukes to land, which, in this case...
And this is where I get hit and have to sell off 2 cannons, because
the count is very low, because all this is just extremely dense, extremely metal, and it is catastrophic damage, essentially. Tragic. Here, since I'm all wood, he gets buzzsaws to try to kill that, but because I'm all wood, I can do a lot of wood, and that does survive.
I have never seen more wood in my life.
Okay, thank you, Nutella. Here, I actually used my Howie.
Oh, that was kind of bro.
Yeah, because at this point, my Howie only has position on this base here, and this base you can see is very aptly defended against all this stuff, as well as the miniguns here as well. And my Howies are realistically never getting through, and even if it does, it's doing almost no damage. So I'm just gonna use Howie as sort of this base defense here, and you see they move on to Nutellafish's base because they move on to the player that actually has weapons, and is actually useful instead of the guy that's kind of looking like this, whatever that is. And I'm here just to support him with AA, because I have flak tech, which is best against this, and he continues shooting at the cannon stack, because Nutellafish is at the point where,
where I could kill one of them if I aimed.
Well, yes, but, no, good aim. I mean, I don't actually hate this. You got the door snipe off. Peel suffering.
Lesson to all Forts players, aiming is cool.
Peel upgrading his energy energy production because he doesn't have enough energy to fire all this. And you see here, I mean, he has so many buzzsaws. He can, I mean, realistically, he could kill me if he aimed at the same spot, but yeah. We don't talk about that.
GYAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA turbines.
Yeah,
So
I'm like
it's really just a matter of time.
I'm sitting here with a weapon that's essentially useless, like a couple weapons. I mean, a couple of AA, but besides that, I built some sandbags here just in case a nuke hits, which it does. Which doesn't go as deep as it would have if I didn't have that. And once again, my cannon tech saved. Thank you, cannon tech.
Pro.
Cannon tech probably could have saved me. Also saved me there. My base is deforming exponentially at this point. I cannot defend as efficiently as I can before.
Yeah, this is a little too far to save.
The plasma there would kill all my mines, and it's more of a race of up to Nutellafish here on top bases to do something to win the game fast enough. And I mean, he has AA, he has sufficient economy. He's really the one carrying here. And I'm just here to support him, you know. You see me getting more trenched AA here, very poorly because my base is deformed so far from getting shot.
Team 1 is having problems with expanding. Has had problems with expanding.
Why do you have full game flow? That's a good question. Again, I try to use my nukes as AA, which I think it does kind of work.
Pro.
Yes. It's not a conventional thing, but in this case, you sort of have to adapt to your opponents and realize that. Also, I do this cannon thing again, but...
And that gets, we'll see if it's enough.
I don't actually think this is worse than getting them at the bottom, because, you know, again, I mean,
against nukes, it's probably a little bit better.
Yes.
It's more risk of death at the cost of less risk of death.
And you see here Peel, because the usual reason why you would have missiles and then nukes is because missiles cover for the nukes. But as in this case, top base would have two fire beams as they were upgrading, enough fire beams to cover the entire map to a point where it doesn't really matter if the swarms are covering, as long as the fire beams cover all the AA consistently. And 4 nukes is twice the damage. And here's questionable fire beaming. It's alright. Buzzsaws. Oh, there's bye-bye cannon.
Almost a full follow-through.
There
goes the cannon.
I don't know. I mean, there's not too much I could do there. I don't think. I don't have enough eco.
Obviously, you should have roped to it.
Yes. I roped to it, and then I fired the cannon down here, and then I used portals, and then I get his mines. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right. Nutellafish here, accidentally using 7 cannons to snipe out 2 turbines, and there's me here dying because 4 nukes is a lot of damage. Karabo tries to use lasers to take out my mines, but mines have very small hitboxes, and it's not a spot that's realistically easy to shoot. Here we can see Team GYAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA
power to aim.
Yes. So here we see 6 cannons, which turns out there's a lot of cannons. He waits for the fire beams to get out. This is all Nutellafish aiming this, by the way, because he's insanely pro. Now it's 4 nukes and a fire beam, and see if that does anything. Some gunners take out the first wave, and 1 nuke makes it through, but you know, Nutellafish has spammed all this wide racing against this, and it's all fine. And now it's really a race of time.
Now I'm trying to convert my doors here, and I feel like I should have fired them as I was converting them, but I tried to focus on them.
So basically, Nutellafish built his cannons in a way where it can only shoot up at this, which is very normal and what all pro players do, by the way. So it can only shoot at top at the same time because this is more efficient at defending lasers and repairing and whatnot. But after top base is dead because Nutellafish is pro, you have
I can't exactly shoot at bottom base.
Exactly. So you would sell all this and make big doors here where it has angle to shoot at bottom. This is very standard procedure, by the way. And here you see me trying to build AA at the bottom. That's getting sniped out and kind of bullied, actually. And here we see 3 nukes land at the very bottom, unfortunately. And here, one fatal buzzsaw at the bottom, killing everything. So in conclusion, we do make it 1-2 and we lose the game. However, French teams, keep in mind, it's a very good game. I sort of planched all over the place here. Nutellafish played well. Though I don't think I was that bad. I was just kind of, I mean, maybe. But at this point, I think the game was very, very close either way because 6 cannons is not a reliable thing to defend at all. I mean, 6 cannons in one spot, 5 cannons
Yeah.
in one spot would be pretty much lethal. Just like hitting here, here, here. I mean, we were very close. A couple more seconds, and we would have won the game at least. And I don't know. It was a close game. The French team did well, besides being French, and yeah, that's how FPL works. Nutellafish,
Yep.
close it off.
Oh boy, what do I say? And that was Team Gyat versus French Fries. Gyat forever.
Oh, also, we have more playoff matches. This isn't only the playoffs,
Yeah.
so we'll be matching plenty of times, and I'll be recording YouTube videos live as it happens now. Bye bye.